Tom, your line is open.
Damir, congratulations on another wonderful goal. Obviously not the result you were hoping for, but can you talk about the just the way the ball was able to kind of move from the defensive end into the attacking third with that new look formation, playing three out the back and kind of Donny Toya and Michael Chang acting as almost wing backs? It just looked like the ball movement was pretty swift, and yourself and your attacking teammates were able to find pockets of space.
Yeah, I would say, like, it's so frustrating, but at the end of the day, I mean, I think we have to be proud. I know it's hard to say, but I mean, that's the truth, The one thing, when Pablo came and coach staff came with this idea to play with three on the back, they surprised us a little bit. But I mean, we took this over, I would say, perfect, fantastic. And this is the way how we play today. We deserve more than what's happened tonight. At least we deserve point, the way we played. I mean, it's not easy to come to LAFC and play the game, control the game, I would say 60 plus minutes, And I mean, the off-ball movement was great, I didn't see for a long time that LAFC was defending with 11 guys behind the ball, and they did tonight. So it means how we played, the way we played, the way we created the chances. And unfortunately, it was unlucky for us tonight.
Once again, please use the raised hand function for questions you have for Damir Kreilach. Tom, back to you.
Damir, I have to ask you about that goal you scored in the first half. Very special ability you showed there with the inside of the foot. Was it somewhat daunting to hit that first time? Just an immense amount of skill from you. Very impressive.
No, I mean, I know actually I understand Chang very well. Actually, I know what he's gonna do, and then the most of the time he cuts back, and this is exactly what he did. He just like the ball perfect, and then I just hit it, and luckily found the back of the net. But it's not necessary to talk much about this goal because unfortunately, as I said, we lost the game. But I mean, as I said, if you lose the game, especially away, this is the way how you have to lose. Our mentality, our energy, the all second balls almost we picked up, and this is the way how you have to think about the next games. So this is the way how you have to play soccer, and we have to to take break now for 3 days, and then we move on San Jose. Another tough game, but we're gonna give the best to get 3 points. Of course, it's not easy situation, because it's gonna be fight till the last game of the season for a playoff spot. But I can promise that we're gonna, as a team, give more than 100% to make it.
Tom, did you have a follow-up?
Yeah, just quickly, Damir. I'd love to hear kind of your thoughts on the 1-2 punch yourself and Anderson Julio provided tonight. Just kind of what, how does your role change when you play alongside somebody like Anderson Julio, who is obviously very electric, very fast, and can finish? It looked like you two.
Exactly, this is what we wanted, to play me as I would say false nine, and then have Anderson up top, to use his speed. And we saw this tonight, his ability to go 1v1, to create the chances. To be included in the chances, and this is exactly what he did. I would say in 45th minute when he took guy 1v1, and unfortunately he missed the chance. And at the end of the day, this is how he scored the goal for 2-2. It was great, his game, and we have like a very deep roster, and anyone can replace anyone, and that's all about team. So,
and one more from Ethan Kershaw. Your line is open.
Hey, Dami, we know you love a good goal against LAFC from also the playoffs a while back, which was a fantastic goal. But is this kind of a team that when you play against them, is it just kind of a team where you and the guys are really up for it? There's a little more added energy and kind of more of a fierceness in the matchup?
Yeah, but this is the only way how you can play against those guys. You know, if you don't put energy, if you're not as one on a field, if you don't move as a team from back to forward, then you can compete against those guys. You know, they're like very very specific team. The team, they wanna play with the ball, they wanna move ball, and if you don't aggressive, you can't play them. But I mean, today we did exactly what we trained this week, exactly what we wanted. That just unfortunately the result didn't go our way.
All right. Thank you, Damir.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
We'll go ahead and start with Tom. Your line is open.
G'day, Eric. I hate to start the interview on kind of a sour note. When you look back on the game, yourself in particular, you were somewhat related with that second LAFC goal. Can you just talk me through kind of what your responsibility was with that and how you felt you handled it? Was there anything that you felt like you could have done better, or do you feel like the cross was just I guess inch perfect?
I think obviously when you look at these goals that we give up, it's a team thing. You know, we could have blocked the cross, we could have cleared the ball earlier. I could have stepped back. It happened so fast that things happen. So looking back at it, obviously, as a team, we could have done better as a group. So, we're going to look at it and move on.
Ethan, your line is open.
Hey, Eric. Obviously, back when you had played with the Monarchs, you and Conrad and Kaylin had played kind of a back three a lot of the time. And in this game, we saw something similar. And obviously, the first two goals that were let in were, I guess, probably somewhat due to the formation. But can you talk about how, as the game progressed, you guys kind of got a better foothold on the game, and in that formation were able to come together and play better defensively?
Yeah, obviously we started terrible. Pretty much the dribble through the middle. If you see the replay, it kind of hits off Justin, hit right into the guy's path, and that's on us to start the game better. That's inexcusable. It's unacceptable. So, but as the game got on, not many teams come here and try to at least boss the game, and people like to sit back here. So at the end of the day, I think we can be proud of ourselves for coming here and knocking it on them. And I think despite the mistakes we had, we believe we should have at least gotten a point here and even had the opportunity to win. So we're going to take some positives from it, and we're going to move forward. And we're excited for San Jose, and I think though it's a good learning lesson for us.
All right. Last question from Tom.
Eric, to continue the conversation with the three at the back and the formation, did it feel like, or did you get a pretty good understanding? Like, did it feel like you could play out of the back easier? It just looked like there was more space for the midfield group and the attacking players to operate in this evening. Yeah,
we worked on this formation for about 2 days this week, and our goal coming in here was honestly to play direct first 20, 30 minutes, see out the game. But as the game kind of moved on, we found spaces that we're not accustomed to with our traditional formation. So there's a lot of good moments where we were bossing the game, like we said. So a lot of positives, and definitely something we can move forward with in the future.
All right. Thank you, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan, your line is open.
Hey, Pablo. Just want to start off and focus kind of on a bright spot on this game, and in particular talk about Anderson Julio. Kind of a two-parter question about him for you. What have you seen recently from his development as a player that has really sparked your interest in him, getting him on the field? And also, given his recent performances, I mean, in the last 193 minutes played, he has 3 total goals with honestly potential to have even maybe 4 or 5. Do you feel that this has warranted him more playing time?
No, absolutely. I think that's why he's playing. I think he brings an element to the group that is more dynamic, exciting. I think anytime you have a threat over the top, anytime you have speed on the front line, it really opens up a lot of gaps for guys like Damir and Albert underneath, and his ability to make plays happen. I think we've been playing him out wide, and I think that's where he's probably been the most comfortable. But I think for our group, given the lack of real pace up front to really threaten back lines and really stretching them. I think that's something that Anderson brings. And so he's a player that, since the Vancouver game, I felt like could really bring something in that 9 position. And again, he's working really hard to get the timing of his runs right, the hold up play. But what he does bring is a lot of intangibles that stretch defenses that allow other players to have space and time with the ball facing forward.
All right, we're going to go 2 more in English with Tom and Tyler, and then we'll jump to William in Spanish. Tom, your line is open.
Pablo, was the change in formation, the 3-5-2, was that just for this game, or is that maybe how you see this roster best being suited going forward for Real Salt Lake?
Well, is a couple things. One, we have quite a few games left. I think as we get closer to the end of the season, I think it's important to have more than one suitable formation for your opponent that you're going to play. It's something that we haven't worked on in the past, and I felt like, given that we didn't have Noah Powder available or Aaron Herrera available, it was important to have a formation that best suited the players that we did have. And so I think it was, one of the brightest performances from a mentality perspective. I thought it was a good performance with the ball. And it was something that allowed us to kind of really dictate the flow of the game, I felt like. So there's a lot of positives, and really for only working on it in a week, both on the field and in the video room, I think the guys really took to it. They've enjoyed it. And I think tonight's performance validates that. Unfortunately, the result left us hanging. And I think that's more on individual moments that, regardless of the formation, you're going to have to make sure you're not putting goals in your own net if you expect to win, especially on the road against a team like this.
Tyler, your line is open.
Coach, at halftime, Damir kind of attributed the first 2 goals that you guys gave up to a lack of concentration. I'm just wondering if you agree with that take, and if you do, how do you feel like you go about addressing something like a lack of concentration going forward?
Well, it's a tough one. Yeah, I think they're 2 lapses, right? And I think there's individual moments that we could do better in, but as a collective, I think we got to do better as a group, right? I mean, you give it a goal in the first 30 seconds of the game. The game hasn't even started yet, and so we can work on goal kick or kickoff plays, and that's, you can do that 100 times in training, but it's really the moments in the game that really dictate that. And I think as a collective, we got to do better in those moments. And then the second goal, we scored. We did well to get back into the game, and I think we're again a bit passive in and around our box, and it's something that that we've been talking about for some time, where we got to get our blocks, got to move our feet, got to really make it difficult for crosses to come into that area, and then obviously defending the box as well. So there's a couple of things we need to continue to improve at, but those moments are definitely lapses in concentration.
All right, William, we will go to you. Pablo, this will be in Spanish. Your line is open, William.
Profe, un trabajo durante la semana que se echa a perder en 20 segundos por cuestiones de desconcentración. El 3-5-2 me gustó porque es agresivo, pero qué manera de perder, ¿no?
Fue difícil. Los goles fueron momentos raros en el partido donde yo creo que controlamos la mayoría del juego, pero en el fútbol no te perdona perder concentración, especialmente contra un equipo como LAFC. Pero en realidad creo que la formación nos ayudó a jugar un poco más agresivo, encontrar más el balón y encontrar más oportunidades para hacer gol, ¿no? Y estoy bien contento con el grupo, con la mentalidad, con la actitud, y creo que es una formación donde podemos seguir creciendo como un equipo.
Se viene Seattle, un hueso duro de roer, un difícil rival, ¿no?
¿Cómo? No te escuché.
Se viene Seattle, un difícil rival, ¿no?
Sí, tenemos el San José,
San José, perdón.
el miércoles, sí, ¿no? Mira, todos los partidos de este momento para adelante son todos difíciles, son todos partidos para los playoffs y tenemos que estar bien enchufados porque los goles son difíciles encontrar y el fútbol no te perdone cuando pateas, cuando perdés concentración en 2 goles y pateas uno en contra, es imposible. Así no tenemos que seguir trabajando, recuperar después de un partido bien difícil, pero creo que tenemos la mentalidad para seguir para adelante.
Gracias, profe.
All right, thank you, Pablo.
Thank you.